without it. I
No,
don't
no,
know.
I'll put it in. Wait. There you go.
So, hello everyone. This is Sumera and Najaf, and
Yes.
we are a married couple, and we are here to spread some love and positivity through our Facebook Live.
Yes, and this is our live Q&A session. And in this session, we pick one of the questions that you have asked us by messaging us directly in our inbox. And the link is there. Here somewhere, I think there. Yeah, the link is there. You can click it and you can send us a message directly. So we pick one of the relevant question and we try to answer that.
Yes, so last time when we got on, Archana asked us if we fight.
Yes.
So I really wanted to talk about this because it's important, because couples, they always fight.
Yes,
Yeah?
it's an important part of the relationship.
Yes, it's an important part of growing in that relationship. And when two people get together with different, two people are two different people. When they get together, of course, they're going to bring different things on the table, and
Different views, different attitude, different approaches.
yeah, and different thoughts for life and how to spend the life, and different habits, different lifestyle. So there tends to be a disagreement on something or the other, and then we tend to have a fight or an argument. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's really important, I think, to fight the right way.
Yes, fight
Yeah.
the right way.
Yeah.
Buy like boxing gloves and fight.
Or pillow fight.
No, we're just kidding.
So yeah,
Oh,
we
you can
fight.
try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we fight, and I let him win always.
Bah.
Yes. So to Archana, yes, we do fight, and but we make sure, like I said, to fight right. And let's talk about how we fight right.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell us.
So first of all, I think we need to remind ourselves that we are not each other's enemies, right?
We are a team.
Yeah, we are a team. Because whenever there's a topic where you tend to disagree on something, or something happened that your partner said and that is upsetting, and you bring it up, obviously that partner is going to feel threatened, and you guys are gonna, be in that warrior zone and try to defend each, like yourself from the other, and get into a fight. But one should remember that don't stand against each other. Stand together and look at the issue.
Point at the issue. Don't
Yeah.
point at one another, right?
Don't point at one another. So this is one thing that we often do practice, and we are conscious of it, that whenever there's an issue, we discuss that issue as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we stand together to resolve that particular issue, rather than saying you are the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it happens like, it doesn't just happen that we both realize, okay, like this. One of us realizes that, hey, come on, we're getting detracted. Think about it. We're a team. We should be doing this. Oh, yes, we should be doing like that,
Yeah.
So we remind one another constantly. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not perfect human beings or perfect,
Yeah.
partners. And
So
we
it's
just,
a learning process.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more you learn your partner, the more you understand your partner, and the more fights you have, the better you'll get at it.
the better you'll get at fighting or resolving issues.
Yes,
Yeah,
resolving.
so that's how we try to do it. We try to stand on one side and point at the issue rather than pointing at one another.
Yes. And the other thing is, whenever there is an argument or there's a fight between couple, you guys should understand your body language. Because whenever, there is this tension between two people, and there's a friction, and you tend to have an argument, just notice the heart rate, it elevates.
Yep.
So your heart beats at a faster rate. That means that stress hormones is releasing in the body, and your body goes into a condition called a fight or flight.
Defense mechanism.
Yes, so that's fight or flight. And whenever you're going into that fight or flight zone, you tend to become very defensive. you feel threatened, you clench your body language is more of a warrior. Either you're gonna hit your partner or you're gonna run away, and you clench your fists and
Keep going. Yes, yes.
yeah, so all that, you should be aware of that whenever that happens, and whenever you feel that you want to prove that you are right and you want to win the argument. That is a super indicator of you you being
More emotional than rational.
more emotional than rational. So you're being run by your emotions, which is not right. So always make sure that your emotions are under your control. Now, this comes with practice. This practice is called, emotionally regulating yourself. Be sure whenever you feel too much frustrated or too much irritated or too much angry, part yourself from your partner. All right? It's not necessary that you have that particular fight or that argument at that time.
Right,
Just
and then.
Yes.
Right.
So know your body, and
What I do is I just go to the kitchen and I start washing dishes.
yes.
It happens. It does. Yes, I try to just do something so that I can release that energy in there.
Yeah, and
sometimes.
I go to bed and take a nap.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes. So I always go and take a nap so that, I don't have to think about the fight, and he washes the dishes. Anyway, so it's very important to separate from that situation and do not have that argument then, because when you are in the fight and flight mode, or when your stress levels are high, of course, the argument is going to go the wrong direction. It will never be productive.
It's going to go south.
Yes.
That's what they
say. So don't be emotionally ridden. Be aware of your emotions and tackle the situation that way. Right?
Okay.
And then it's very important to stick to the issue at hand.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So whatever the disagreement is, keep that one issue and try to solve that particular issue, because what happens is when you have all that tension going on and you are stressed and you badly want to prove that your point is right, you tend to bring in the past. You did this, that, then, and you always do this, and you never do this. Mm-hmm. And, so you bring a lot of past fights in, and then you tend to say something hurtful regarding your partner's character, which you will regret later. So, that is supposed to...
You cannot just say, hey, you did this in the past, you did that.
Yeah, and Najaf tells me always, this is one thing that I've learned from Najaf. He said, never say never and always.
Don't use these words, never and always. Like, you never do this and you always do this. Yeah, this doesn't mean anything. Yeah. This is just try to hurt the person.
Yeah. So keep that one issue at hand and try to resolve that. Don't bring in the past. Don't talk about other things, and don't say hurtful things about the person himself.
Right. And just like we said in the first point, stand together and point at the issue. Don't point at one another.
Why aren't you looking at the camera?
Oh yeah, okay. I do. When you're talking, I look at the camera. Okay.
All right. And then also try to have a soft startups. For example, if you have a disagreement on something, or if your partner has said something that has hurt you and you want to bring it up, make sure that you use the right words. All right.
How you start the discussion.
Yes, how you start the discussion. If you start it gently, nicely, using intelligent words, that discussion has more chances of success,
Of getting resolved,
of
the
ge-
argument.
yeah, the
Yeah.
argument of getting resolved, rather than when you are in that defensive mode and your body language is threatening and the words that you use in threatening. Of course, if you are in that zone where you're threatening your partner, whether it's the body language or whether it's the words, obviously that partner will react.
Yes,
That
he
way.
will get he or she will get defensive, and they will
Defensive.
try to fight back.
Yeah. So always try to be smart with your words.
Yeah, I'm having a staring contest with the camera now.
All right. You can do,
Yeah.
you can nod at the camera as well.
All right.
And we did talk about the body language. So
Yeah.
whenever you guys must have noticed, when couples they fight, they don't look at each other in the eye. They never make eye contact. They say things and they don't, look. Either they are looking and their expression is really intense. They're really angry and the look is hateful,
Yeah.
and your body is clenched, your body is closed. Either your fists are closed or your arms are,
Yeah.
because so beware of that body language. If you are in that body language, that is exactly the time when you are supposed to part and not have that heated discussion.
Okay. All right. If you guys have not noticed, I have made like a heart sign for her. Yeah, it's there. Okay, go ahead. I'm
All
here
right.
just to tell people what's happening.
Yeah, and also, couples should not nag each other.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you, it's the truth. Women tend to nag their husbands a lot about little things.
Give us an example.
That you did not replace the toilet paper,
Mm-hmm.
you did not close the cap on the toothpaste,
Yeah.
you did not fill the water jug
Yeah.
and put your shoes outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and if something needs to be done and your husband has forgotten, you're going to make sure that the wives, they do that. They
make
try.
sure that their husbands know that they have done a bad thing.
Yeah. Do not nag your
Don't
husband.
do that, guys. Gals, don't do that. We usually we don't think. Guys don't think. Right? They're just like,
Seriously.
I'm just gonna
Yes,
do this, I'm
because-
gonna do that, and it won't make a difference. But to ladies, it does make difference.
Yeah, to women are basically, I'm generally saying it, women are perfectionists and they like things in certain order, but men, they might not see that order. For them, that might be like chaos. So, don't nag your husbands on small things and concentrate or rather appreciate things that they do rather than focusing on things that they don't do.
Yeah, they do on regular basis, right? The
Yes.
things that they do on regular basis. So we
Yes.
should concentrate on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good
And
point.
so
I like that.
I don't nag. People often ask me, your husband is so nice and he's so good. And in my heart, I know why he's good, because I don't nag him.
Yes.
Yes, I don't nag him. I give him his space, and that is why he is he's the best husband.
Yeah, I
That,
understand you do that, so
Yeah.
I gotta be good.
So do not nag women. Do not nag your husbands, because this is a recipe for a fight. And the fight, I mean, it's going to be a small thing, and you're going to nag your husband to the point where it's going to create friction. And then that small thing is going to be a cause of great
It's gonna
fight.
escalate into something else.
Yeah, so you don't want things to escalate. So either if he hasn't done something like replace the toilet paper or, fill the water bottle, I do that. That's fine. So the small things should not be a big issue in life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
And then what else do we do?
You have all the points written.
Don't continue with the issue. Yeah, I've said this.
Yeah, so you can just walk us through.
Yeah, one
these
thing I
little
like
comments?
about Najaf is that women, they tend to become irritated on small things. But what Najaf does is, when I am all hyped up and I am ready for an argument or I'm ready to nag him, there's one thing that he says. He says, I understand that, and I'm here for you. I'm what else do you say? He just hugs me when I'm like really irritated, and that just sort of melts my heart. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know you were gonna say anything like that.
But you do that,
That's
and I
sweet.
like it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you that you understand that.
And yeah.
And guys, sometimes just saying I'm sorry resolves all issues.
Yeah.
If you're at wrong, you can just say, hey, I'm sorry. I did this wrong.
Yeah, like I said before, that you guys are a team. Couples are a team. They are not each other's enemy. And it's not important to win the argument
Yeah.
or to prove yourself right.
Yeah.
Sometimes when the other person, if one person is upset and the other person says, hey, I understand you and I'm sorry, let's just resolve the whole
Yeah.
thing.
See,
It-
here's the
it
important
creates-
thing. Here's the important sentence. If one of you thinks that you won the argument, you have lost the relationship,
Yes.
right?
Very important thing. That
Yes.
is something really deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not about winning. It's not about, you only. It's about the relationship.
Yeah, so it's about the relationship. It's not important to win. Rather, it should be a win-win situation.
Yeah.
And it can be always resolved. There should be some mid-ground, some compromise from either side, just for the sake of the bigger picture that
Yeah.
is the relationship at hand,
Yeah.
rather than proving each other wrong.
And I have heard one other thing. I just remembered. Yes, I'm looking at them. I'm staring at them. And I just remembered there's a saying that if it doesn't matter in 5 years, don't worry about it. Don't fight about it. Okay? So if something that will not matter in 5 years from now, why are you bothering?
Frankly, our fights, they don't matter tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like it's just another day and we have forgotten
Yeah.
what we were fighting on.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
And it's always one thing more. You should always empathize whenever you are in an argument. When husbands and wife, when a husband and wife get into a heated discussion, always empathize. Try to look at the situation from your partner's point of view. Right. All right. So put yourself in your partner's shoes and think that if I was at his or her place, how would I feel? So think from the other point of view, and then you can get a better perspective rather than, thinking that I am right or I am the victim, or,
Yeah. Don't play victim game. Or
Yeah.
don't play the blame game. Like, don't tell him that you are the problem. Yeah. And don't act like you have been the victim.
Yeah. And one thing more is that sometimes when couples fight, they tend to say something to each other, or one partner is like going bonkers and would say something hurtful, but the other partner should realize that this is just a moment. My partner is angry, and whatever he is saying right now or she's saying right now, I should not take offense.
Right.
Because in the heat of the moment, we tend to say something, if we are not aware that, we are just getting into that fight and flight zone, and there are lots of stress hormones in our body. We do not, we tend to say hurtful things, but we should always make sure that we should not take offense, and then remind that person later that, hey, you said this and it hurt me.
Yeah, this should not be a part of the
Yeah.
argument, or like direct insults or something.
Yeah. So we do fight.
Yeah.
And we make sure that we fight right.
Yep. We try to fight the right way.
Yeah.
And we try to solve discussions through discussions.
Yeah.
Resolve issues through discussions, and that's how everybody should, not just husband and wife, even friends and brothers and sisters and parents and kids. Yeah, they should discuss, and there's a solution to everything. And
Yeah.
if there is the main thing is not to win the argument, the main thing is to settle the issue.
Yeah. Also be emotionally intelligent. Emotionally intelligent, not only to keep in line your emotions, whether you're losing track of things or you're losing sight of things, but also be emotionally intelligent when to have an argument, all right? When not to have an argument, because when things are heated, never have an argument. And if the argument is getting detracked or derailed,
Yep. Stop it.
yeah, stop
Yeah.
stop there.
If your main issue that you are talking about,
Yeah.
if that gets left at one place and you started talking about something else and arguing about something else, just stop.
Yeah, because the argument is not going somewhere. It will not be a productive
Yeah.
discussion.
It's only mushrooming into something bigger.
Yes. And then it will escalate into something that you would not want to be a part of it and you will regret. And also be emotionally intelligent to understand that this issue at hand is becoming serious and is not being resolved. It cannot be resolved by the...
By the two of you.
Yeah. So take it to someone else or seek a professional help.
It's okay to seek professional help.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's
people,
fine.
Our people, they try to they're like, oh, that's the problem if you go to a counselor or something. No, you can go to a professional and they can show you different perspectives.
Yeah, or you can go to a trusted family member or an elder in your family who has been resolving such many issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the things that we, try to implement.
Yeah.
And
We're
learn.
learning, guys. We are also learning. We're just trying to share our experiences with you.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
And that's the whole part. That's the whole game.
Yeah.
That's part of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arguments, disagreements. Yeah. It's going to be there, but let's solve them in a nicer way.
In a respectful way.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right, guys, send us your questions to our inbox directly, or there's a link in this video. You can click that and it will just directly send you to the question. Just send us your question and we will try to answer it in our upcoming live question and answer session.
Yes, and if anything you guys want to discuss, whether it's something, for self,
Development?
for self-development or something that we can learn from or we can study and then talk about it and have a discussion, that would also be very good. So any topic.
Yeah, we would love to study.
Yeah, we've already talked about many such topics before also, but we'd love to have a discussion. So take care, have a good night, and if you just joined in between, rewind and replay. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye. See you then.